The DNA test results are in. And it turns out I was switched at birth with a guy 20 years ago. My current parents. Real estate moguls. Tearfully hugged me upon learning their child is actually a son. Didi. Please don't leave us. We can't bear to let you go. They pleaded. Meanwhile, my biological parents, jewelry industry giants, burst into happy tears discovering their child is a daughter. Those bastards made us miss decades with our precious girl. They exclaimed, eager to bring me home. That night, Ethan climbed through my bedroom window like some stray cat. I'm homeless now. You've gotta take me in, he declared with shameless charm. During sophomore orientation, my roommate dragged me to a mixer. When Truth or Dare started, campus queen Vivi got dared to hit on the hottest guy at the bar. Following pointed fingers, I spotted a group across the lounge surrounded by girls yet maintaining an untouchable aura. The centerpiece lounged with a cigarette dangling from his lips, smoke obscuring his face but not his magnetic bad boy energy. Vivi primped her hair, cheeks pink. No guarantees. Okay? Someone like him probably has girls lining up. She demurred. Her sidekick Luna immediately countered. Don't be silly. With your looks and family money, you'll have him eating from your palm. The spectacle unfolded in slow motion. Vivi's exaggerated sachet. The breathy excuse me. Could I get your number? Followed by brutal silence. Ethan didn't even glance up from his drink. When Vivi tried saving face with "It's just a game, Dare," he finally looked her over and drawled. Nah. You're not my type. Cue the world's most awkward retreat. Those thuggish types don't appreciate class anyway. Luna consoled as Vivi's posse clucked sympathetically. Then the dice landed on me. Dare. I declared, tossing my cards down. Luna's eyes lit up. Make Diane go ask that same guy again. The table erupted in chaotic applause. My roommate slammed the table. Bullshit. You're just trying to overshadow Vivi's embarrassment. Watching my friend's murderous expression, I calmly stood. Relax. I've got this. I lied, clutching my cocktail like a lifeline. Catcalls erupted as I approached Ethan's crew. Round 2. Wilson. Your fan club's persistent. His friends heckled, channeling every rom-com heroine. I thrust my drink at him. Here's your chance to know me. Drink? The second it left my mouth, I wanted to disappear. Smooth. Diane. Real smooth. But then Ethan stubbed out his cigarette. Our fingers brushed as he took the glass, downing it in one gulp. A trickle escaped his lips, tracing his Adam's apple into his collar. The entire bar held its breath. I swallowed hard. Asking him out for a drink didn't mean I wanted him to use my cup. The guy's friend looked even more shocked. Ethan. Don't you have germophobia? Things were taking an unexpected turn. Before I could react, Ethan lifted his gaze to meet mine, those sculpted lips curving into a lazy smirk. You scan me or I scan you? His long fingers already held the phone between us. It took me a second to realize he meant exchanging phone contacts. This was easier than I'd imagined. Fumbling for my phone, I blurted, "You scan me." Back at our booth, I remained dazed until my roommate's burning stare snapped me back to reality. Holy shit. I'd actually pulled off something impressive. Clearing my throat dramatically, I shrugged. What's the big deal? That dare was easy. Vivi's lackey Luna frowned. How? Even Vivi couldn't get his number. Vivi's face darkened like storm clouds. My roommate smirked. Obviously because our Didi's gorgeous. The hottie liked what he saw. I shoved her down before her imaginary tail could wag any harder. Enough. Keep playing. When Luna got dared next, I leaned forward with cat-like interest. Kiss the left foot of whoever's sitting to your left. For a full minute, the booth plunged into silence. Vivi, seated precisely at Luna's left, gaped at me. I refuse. As Luna trembled toward the penalty shot glass, I covered its rim. Don't tell me you're backing out. Vivi? Night had fallen when we finally left the emptied bar. Vivi placed her card on the counter with practiced elegance. My treat. Luna gushed. You're so generous. Always paying. It's nothing. We're all students with tight budgets. Vivi's magnanimous speech died when the cashier interrupted. Sorry, Miss Thompson. Your card's declined. Crimson flooded from Vivi's ears to her collarbones. Must have hit my credit limit from last week's bag shopping spree. The awkward silence broke when I snorted laughter. Passing my black card to the cashier, I shrugged at their stares. My treat tonight. Ignoring Vivi's death glare, I dragged my roommate toward the exit. Today's drama deserved an Oscar. Outside, a black motorcycle crouched under flickering streetlights. The rider's silhouette looked dangerous against fractured shadows, same guy from earlier. Cigarette ember glowing like a predator's eye. Wind tousled his dark hair, making him look more devil may care than ever. My sixth sense screamed danger. Pretending not to notice, I walked faster. Ethan tapped ash off his cigarette. Little Didi. Asks for my contact then ignores the friend request? Playing games? He knew my childhood nickname? Meeting those amber eyes. I fought to keep calm. Just a stupid dare. Don't take it seriously. With a humorless chuckle, he crushed the cigarette underfoot. We'll meet again. Didi. Count on it. I brushed it off as empty threat until the DNA report arrived. Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark. Charlie the butler stumbled in. To pay askew. My father lowered his newspaper. Did we lose the West Side property bid? Worse. Sir. Charlie shot me a panicked look. You need to see this. Mom paused her manicure session as Dad's face morphed through shock, denial, and anguish. She rose gracefully. Fresh curls bouncing. Bankruptcy? Don't worry, darling. My family's money. The report froze her mid-sentence. She collapsed, wailing. Our baby. This is some cruel joke. My right eye twitched as I grabbed the papers. The results stared back, biological mismatch. My world tilted. Here are two DNA paternity test reports. One indicates a 99.9991% probability of biological relationship between me and two strangers. The other shows a 99.9991% match between a guy named Ethan and Mr. Clark/Mrs. Song. The papers slipped from my trembling hands. This can't be, we were switched at birth? I actually encountered that 1% statistical anomaly? No way. I grabbed Charlie's arm urgently. Charlie. Where did you get these? A tall guy around your age gave them to me. He wore a black baseball cap. Before the butler finishes, I'm already sprinting outside. The mysterious figure might still be nearby. I freeze at the commotion beyond our gates. Two elegantly dressed middle-aged strangers are dramatically calling Didi. Didi! While security tries holding them back. The woman's porcelain skin glows beneath her tasteful traditional Chinese dress. Hair perfectly coiled in a jade hairpin. Her eyes well up when she spots me. Our sweet baby girl. Suddenly they break through, engulfing me in a tearful group hug worthy of prime-time drama. The man in tailored suit sobs into my hair. Our family's finally whole again. Me, the actual hell? Their luxury car idles outside. From their emotional ramblings, I piece together they're my biological parents from the prestigious Wilson jewelry dynasty. Sunlight stings my eyes as I notice movement under the maple tree across the street. There he is, leaning against the trunk with practiced nonchalance, spinning a silver Zippo in lazy arcs. His crisp white tee and black cap should look wholesome, but Ethan wears them like a challenge. Our eyes meet. With that infuriating smirk, he disappears like smoke. The living room hosts the most awkward family reunion. My birth parents explain through tears, they prepared pink everything for their princess. only to get a future boxing champion who punches walls instead of playing dress up. Meanwhile, the Clarks, expecting roughhousing boys, got me. Their precious treasure raised in velvet-lined luxury. Your son's an Olympic gold medalist. Mrs. Wilson pushes a photo of Ethan shirtless on the winner's podium toward the Clarks. You should be thrilled. Mrs. Clark slams down her teacup before her husband can speak. No amount of medals compares to our Didi's smile. The stalemate continues until both families camp out in our mansion. When both mothers try invading my bedroom, I barricade the door. Moonlight reveals Ethan lounging on my window seat hours later, spinning that damn lighter. Homeless now, he drawls, tossing the DNA report onto my vanity. Your problem. The test was your doing? You knew? Took you long enough. His grin flashes in the dark. What's your game? Patience. Princess. He snatches the Zippo mid-air. Tomorrow's showstopper. Between gritted teeth, why do your own parents hate you? Ethan's smirk turns razor sharp. Worried about me. Clark? Dream on. Wilson. Dawn finds my room empty. Silver lighter gleaming on the windowsill like a dare. Yawning, I stumbled downstairs to find 4 people seated neatly around the dining table waiting for me. MS. Song grabbed my hand excitedly. Diane. I stayed up all night thinking, and guess what? I've found the perfect solution. Even your birth mother agrees. My stomach dropped. What solution? She clapped her hands. Marriage. Straight up marriage. That Ethan Wilson kid is ridiculously handsome, a professional boxer. How cool is that? My newly discovered birth mother nodded beside her. True. He's not nearly good enough for you. But this solves everything. How about getting engaged first? This way we both get to be your mothers. What do you think? I opened my mouth to protest when the front door swung open. Sounds like a solid plan to me. Came a deep, amused voice. Ethan strolled in holding steaming pork buns, apparently having made a breakfast run. Was this your endgame all along? I hissed through clenched teeth. He set down the breakfast with infuriating calm. Gotta thank MS. Song here for being on the same wavelength. Guess blood runs thick. Huh? The pleading looks from both women made me sigh. Fine. But, before I could finish, they started squealing and hugging like giddy schoolgirls. In-laws! We're officially in-laws now. Thank heavens for Ethan. Hold up. I interrupted. This stays private until further notice. No media circus about real estate and jewelry empires merging. Both mothers waved me off. Whatever you say. Dear. I turned to Ethan. You good with this? He dropped a pork bun onto my plate with a lazy shrug. Your call. After breakfast. MS. Song insisted Ethan walk me to campus to bond. When I reached for my car keys, she snatched them away. Walking's more romantic. The entire walk. I kicked pebbles in sullen silence until cold fingers suddenly gripped my neck. Ethan manhandled me to the sidewalk's inner edge. What the hell? I rubbed my neck. His calloused hand retreated into his jeans pocket. Daydreamers shouldn't walk curbside unless they're auditioning for hood ornaments. Don't touch me. This fake engagement doesn't make us. He leaned down until our noses almost touched. Not impressed by what you see? I scoffed. Please. With that scrawny, my insult died as my palms encountered solid muscle through his thin shirt. Abs. Biceps. Holy. Ethan trapped my wandering hands against his torso. His low chuckle vibrating through me. Like what you feel, princess? I jerked back. Face flaming. You're a boxer. Of course you're. My throat went dry as his forearm veins shifted under golden skin. Damn. That was distracting. Many girls chase you. I blurted. Why force this sham? His amber eyes locked onto mine. Isn't it obvious? I want you. But we're strangers. Strangers? His smile turned wolfish. I know you accepted some kid's love letter under your junior high's third oak tree. I know you hate cilantro but pretend to like it to seem adventurous. Still think we're strangers. Diane? Ice shot through my veins. Stalker much? Face it, I know you better than that imaginary crush of yours. What imaginary? His jaw tightened. Who's this adorable chubby guy you're hung up on? Panicking. I blurted. He's everything you're not. I marched ahead, unable to handle Ethan's thunderous expression. This man was dangerous. I'd just taken a step when Ethan yanked me back by the wrist. Frustration flashing across his face. You said you liked lean guys. Since when did chubby dudes become your type? Make up your damn mind. Didi? Ethan stormed off without even stepping onto my college campus. Despite his big talk about walking me back. To this day I still don't get why he was so pissed. He just tossed over his shoulder. I'll figure something out. Leaving me standing there like an idiot in the wind. Days passed without word from Ethan while I went about my usual antics. Completely brushing off his drama. That is. Until I caught him red-handed at the secret spot only I and Chubby knew about. Game over. Ethan. There he stood. Lollipop dangling from his lips. Hands jammed in his pockets as he stared at the chalk-covered wall, our childhood hideout. The second I saw him, everything clicked. Ethan? I tested. His entire body locked up like a rusted machine. When he slowly turned and saw me, I could practically see the flight instinct kick in. Not letting him bolt. I shouted. Chubby! Panic flooded his eyes. That's not me. Why would you even? I cut him off with a bitter laugh, gesturing at his crimson ears. Disappear for years. Drop half your body weight. Then swagger back with DNA tests and engagement games? What is this? Some trashy drama? Think you're hot shit now that you've glowed up? Ethan mumbled. I don't swagger. All his earlier cockiness had evaporated. Seeing him shrink like this only pissed me off more. Fine. Consider my childhood feelings dog food then. I spun to leave but he caught my arm instantly. Head bowed in surrender. His voice dropped to a murmur, my bad. Shouldn't have fronted. Thought, you'd like that act. Didi. The kicked puppy look halved my anger. Before I could speak, a grating pubescent voice sliced through the alley. Well. What do we have here? 3 wannabe thugs blocked the exit. Ethan's demeanor shifted instantly, shoving me behind him with lethal calm. You know exactly who I am. Who the fuck are you supposed to be? The ringleader sneered. I watched. Intrigued. As Ethan drawled, your daddy. I nearly choked. Holy shit. This new Ethan played dirty. The thugs turned purple. Enough games. Hand over your cash, no digital payments. School confiscates phones. Ethan cracked his neck. Smirk widening. You 3? Come at me. I'll take you one-handed. Smack. My palm connected with his skull. Are you insane? Rubbing his head. He blinked up at me. But you're a pro boxer. Want to get banned from tournaments? What about them then? I tossed my bag into his arms and rolled up sleeves. Grin turning feral. Hold this. Time to teach these babies why you don't mess with adults. 5 minutes later. The thugs curled fetal on the pavement. I dusted their jackets kindly. I was already hustling when you were still in diapers. Try this again? Juvie meals for life. Pointing to the wall. I ordered, recite study hard. Aim higher 100 times. Loud. Understood. Kiddos? Their whimpers answered me. Louder. Study hard. Aim higher. They wailed in unison, dragging Ethan away. I barely contained laughter. He smoothed my wrinkled collar. Awe in his voice. Forgot how scary you are. I met his gaze. Remember who taught you that fear? Back when Mom Clark swore I was the prettiest child alive. She'd hired a taekwondo coach at age 5, terrified I'd get bullied. Joke's on her. I became the bully. My first encounter with Ethan Wilson, no, I should say Ethan, started in elementary school. It was at a small park where two groups of kids were in a tense standoff over territory. A chubby boy charged to the front, puffing out his chest. "You dare challenge me? Ever heard of my reputation?" He barked in a voice still dripping with childhood innocence. I adjusted my backpack straps. Unimpressed. "Who even are you?" "King of Maplewood Elementary," he declared. A smirk tugged at my lips. "Funny. I'm the queen of Oak Ridge Elementary." That showdown ended with Ethan's glorious defeat. Yet somehow he morphed into my persistent shadow throughout middle school. On graduation day, I told him to wait by the school gates, but got intercepted by a blushing boy clutching a love letter. Not wanting to crush his spirit, I accepted it with a polite thanks. By the time I reached the gates, Ethan had vanished, taking his family's sudden relocation with him. For years, I only knew him as Muscles. That childhood nickname suddenly feeling absurd when a lean, sharp-jawed stranger reappeared in my life. This new Ethan moved with coiled intensity. His once boyish features now all angles and smoldering glances. "DNA test results don't lie," he said later, adjusting my backpack strap with those boxer's hands as we stood outside the Clark estate. The gesture triggered memories. Ethan always fixed my backpack after fights, slipping candy into my palm as apology. "You knew since middle school?" I stared at the caramel candies melting in my sweaty palm. His throat worked. "You had the Wilson cheekbones." "I needed time. Time to scheme our engagement. Time to become someone worthy of you." His calloused thumb brushed my wrist. "So, boyfriend application?" "Denied." His shoulders slumped. "Still mad I lost the baby fat?" "Try the cigarette act at the club." Ethan raked a hand through his dark waves. "Fake. All prop smoke to get your attention. Since when do girls like choking on tar?" "Health nut." His laugh rumbled deep. "What if I quit tomorrow?" "Still no." I darted up the porch steps, cheeks aching from suppressed laughter. "Try harder." Wilson. Back in my dorm, I fell down an internet rabbit hole. Ethan the Tempest Wilson, ranked lightweight contender. Viral knockout clips amassing 400,000 followers. Comment sections overflowed with thirst traps, that jawline could cut glass and who needs abs when you've got cheekbones like murder weapons? My scrolling frenzy broke when my roommate Luna burst in. "Didi. Vivian's pulling another stunt." I blinked. Ethan's latest uppercut replaying on my screen. "Who?" "Thompson. The drama queen from the psych department?" Luna yanked my phone away. "She's live streaming outside the boxing gym right now, says she's Ethan's childhood sweetheart." The screen flashed to Vivian Thompson batting her eyelashes at a camera. Platinum hair cascading over a cropped Wilson boxing hoodie. My fingers curled. That hoodie was mine. I tried to recall, yes. There was such a person. In fact, we owed our meeting to her. What's she up to now? Haven't you seen the school forum? It's blowing up. They're saying her family's connected to the Wilsons now. Rumor has it she might be engaged to the youngest Wilson heir. The Wilsons, do you have any idea what that means? They're the titans of the jewelry industry. Oh, I knew all right. They happen to be my biological parents. Who started this? Vivian herself. She's been flaunting it everywhere. Her entourage could circle the campus twice over. With her family's existing jewelry business and this new connection, they've practically leveled up overnight. Normally I wouldn't care. But her birthday's coming up. She's hosting this huge KTV party. Specifically called you out on the forum. Didi. My guess? She's still salty about that failed Instagram DM attempt. Wants to humiliate you publicly. Didi. Maybe we should just ignore it. She's untouchable now. Ignore it? I snorted. Oh, I'm going. That clown needs her circus. My roommate looked confused. What do you mean? I smirked. Bring popcorn. This show's gonna be good. The KTV booth reeked of cheap perfume and desperation. Vivian sat center stage like bargain bin royalty, practicing her modest smile. OMG Vivi. Engaged to a Wilson? Your life's literally a fairy tale. Vivian fluttered her lashes. Oh. It's nothing official yet. But you know how it is, my family's been supplying jewelry for their events forever. Mr. Wilson and Ethan have become familiar faces. Wait. Isn't your fiancé that championship boxer? The one going for the gold belt? Her smirk threatened to crack through the faux humility. Ethan's completely focused on his next title match. I wouldn't dream of distracting him. Could we get backstage photos? Of course. I'll just ask Ethan. From our shadowy corner. I watched the performance. Then. Didi here? Is she even here? Vivian's saccharine voice cut through the bass. I leaned forward. Moonlight catching my smirk. Need glasses. Princess? I'm right here. Vivian's smile twitched. No need to be rude. I just wanted to apologize about that bar incident. When I told that guy not to give you his number? Totally my bad. Can't have Ethan getting jealous before our engagement. The laugh tore from my throat. Jealous? More like repulsed. Guess he's got standards. Her minion lunged forward. Who are you to talk? You're just jealous Vivi's marrying into money. You'll never even breathe the same air as Ethan. The door crashed open. 6'2" of sculpted muscle filled the doorway. Leather jacket hanging open to reveal collarbones that could cut glass. Every head turned as Ethan scanned the room until his glacier eyes found me. Did you miss curfew again? Trouble? His voice melted from Arctic frost to honeyed warmth. The room froze. I blinked. What are you doing here? Your security team texted. He didn't bother lowering his voice. Time to go home. Chaos erupted. Wait, who's this guy? I turned to Vivian's ashen face. Meet Ethan. The boxer? The heir? Your supposed fiancé? My smile turned lethal. Ring any bells? Ethan's gaze swept over Vivian like weak old garbage. Do I know you? Apparently her family's marrying into yours. I supplied. His laugh held zero humor. The Wilsons only have one alliance, with the Clarks. My fiancé's right here. He lifted my left hand. The Clark family heirloom diamond screaming its $1,000,000 truth. Clarks? My roommate choked. As in Clark Estates? The real estate empire? Didi. You're. Technically yes. I shrugged. Mom wanted me to experience normal college life. Vivian's last nerve snapped. This is fake. You hired some lookalike. Her minion screeched. That's the guy from the bar. Didi's faking it. Ethan's phone hit the table. Wall Street Journal profile glaring up at the room. Ethan Wilson. CEO of Wilson Holdings. 25. Youngest ever championship boxer. Engaged to Diane Clark of Clark Estates. The silence could have smothered flames. I collected my purse. Fun party. Vivi. Let's do this again. Oh wait. The door clicked shut behind us, leaving the echo of shattered delusions. Ethan's voice dripped with sarcasm. Guess some people never learn. He pulled out his phone and barked 2 icy words into the receiver. Get here. 1 minute later. The VIP suite doors burst open. A middle-aged manager with a name tag still fogging up from his panicked sprint rushed in, trailed by a dozen staff members. The man's eyes locked onto us immediately as he executed a perfect 90-degree bow. Mr. Wilson. Miss Clark. Our deepest apologies for not greeting you properly upon arrival. This oversight is inexcusable. Ethan acknowledged him with a non-committal hum while I waved it off. No harm done. We preferred keeping things low-key anyway. The manager kept his head lowered. sweat dripping onto the marble floor. To make amends, all charges for Miss Clark's party will be comped tonight. Certain individuals, his voice hardened, will be permanently banned from our establishment. The room erupted in shocked whispers. Luna, my former shadow, muttered dazedly. If Vivian's stories were all lies, what's real anymore? Vivian's face flushed mottled red, tears of humiliation glistening. Didi, you planned this all along, didn't you? Couldn't stand me being the center of attention. Rich bitch flaunting your looks and money, happy now that everyone's fawning over you? I blinked slowly, as if witnessing performance art. Sweetheart, you're not even worth the effort. Here's a thought, maybe you're just irrelevant. I glided over and pressed a finger to her trembling lips. Hush now, princess. Keep pouting like this and I might have to mention how your family's boutique jewelry shops rely on Wilson gemological shipments. Ethan materialized at my side, my purse already hooked over his forearm. Time to go, Didi, he murmured, all velvet warmth. The crowd parted like the Red Sea as we exited. Behind us, voices crescendoed, Diane Clark's the real deal. Ethan Wilson's even hotter in person, total old money vibes. Vivian claiming to be his fiancé? Pathetic. Didn't even recognize him. Night air kissed my cheeks as we walked. What brought you here tonight? I finally asked. Ethan's lips quirked. Heard my girl needed backup. Convenient timing, not convenience. His eyes glinted under streetlights. Necessity. We walked in comfortable silence until I broke it. Vivian mentioned your championship qualifiers. MHM. Confident? His shoulder brushed mine. Terrified. I stopped mid-step. Wanna bet? Those storm cloud eyes focused. Terms? You win gold. I'll be your girlfriend. Ethan froze. When he turned, his gaze burned hotter than the Vegas Strip. Don't play games, Didi. I'll take that promise to heart. I crooked my pinky. Scout's honor. His calloused finger wrapped around mine with sacred care. Sealed. At the championship arena, camera flashes lit up Ethan's chiseled features on every jumbotron. Pulling out my phone, I dialed Dad. Within minutes, Clark Enterprises and Wilson Holdings websites blared our engagement announcement alongside real-time match hashtags. The internet exploded. Hashtag Golden Couple trended globally as casual viewers flooded the livestream. By final round, half the planet watched Ethan claim the Continental Championship belt, youngest title holder in history. Reporters swarmed as he stood bathed in golden confetti. Undefeated season. One shouted. Ever lost before? Ethan's smile turned wistful. Once. He gazed beyond the cameras. Somewhere in memory. To a girl. Fourth grade kickball tournament. The crowd erupted. I touched the Clark Wilson betrothal ring on my finger, laughing through sudden tears. Some losses paved the way for greater victories. The reporter's eyes lit up, instantly recognizing a viral story. That person must be incredibly important to Ethan. Otherwise he wouldn't still remember them after all this time. Unaware of the online storm brewing, Ethan continued answering questions with uncharacteristic tenderness whenever mentioning me. His usual sharp boxing ring demeanor softened as he carefully chose each word before the camera, seemingly convinced I'd be watching this very moment. The studio held its breath. She's someone who's mattered since our school days, Ethan finally said. Gaze steady. My only defeat, and the one I'd gladly lose to again. Watching from home, I traced the contours of Ethan's face on screen, seeing glimpses of the chubby boy who used to bring me ice cream. I'd thought that boy vanished forever, never imagining he'd return like this polished marble where there'd once been soft clay. Memory dissolved into golden afternoon light. Cicadas screamed their summer anthem through trembling leaves as my ponytail swung behind me on the tree-lined path. A plump teenager trailed several steps back, clutching a melting ice cream bar like sacred offering. Didi, he blurted after agonizing minutes. Sweat dripping down red cheeks. Want some ice cream? Turning. I dabbed his forehead with tissues. Silly. You didn't have to bike 3 blocks in this heat. The cicada's shrill chorus drowned his hammering heartbeat that day. Years later, people would say those insects had been singing his unspoken love song all along. Campus belle Vivi navigated the VIP corridor's plush maze, stopping before a private billiards room. Evening. Ethan. She greeted the man lining up his shot. Ethan's cue stick kissed the white ball with surgical precision. Balls clattered into pockets as he straightened, acknowledging Vivi with a chin lift. The crisp hum accompanying the 8 ball's descent made her swallow hard. Was my performance satisfactory? Vivi pressed, perching on the leather couch arm. I did exactly what you asked. Ethan swirled his bourbon, amusement glinting. Passable. Emboldened. She pouted. That creep at the bar stepped on my foot during your little charade. I still feel violated. Tell my assistant what you want. Ethan's smile didn't reach his eyes. Consider it hazard pay. Thanks. Ethan. Vivi beamed. May you win Didi's heart soon. He drained his glass, the ice cubes clinking like wind chimes in a storm. From your lips to God's ears.